Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital this Sunday morning, and welcome to a new update and also a bit of a preparation on Bitcoin for today, but also next week. I mean, if you watch my middle of the day market update yesterday, you know that the week we are about to start is going to be pretty major in terms of news, both expected or both planned. Economic data releases, etc., but also potential trade deal news, or at least that's what we're expecting. I mean, it seems to be that at this point of time, the U.S. and the EU are very much talking about that trade deal, and I believe later today Trump is also meeting with von der Leyen, and I think they want to have something for that, right? So that's pretty major, and the content of that deal will matter, and whether there's going to be a deal or not will matter as well. I think at this point of time, it's very much priced in, and we spoke about this briefly yesterday as well, but I think it's very much priced in that there's going to be some sort of a deal with tariffs, all right, but that there's going to be some sort of a deal. So then we'll see afterwards how the market reacts, and that's going to be how good the deal is, right? But at this point of time, if I just judge based on the technicals, which most likely, or at least very often, when we have news like this, there's a lot of smart traders and liquidity providers that already do some sort of research, and then it's already priced in, right? So at this point of time, Bitcoin is relatively stable. That's for me also my null hypothesis, right? So that's what I expect. And then if it's very, very different from what was expected, then we'll see some sort of a proposed breakout. But that's what we'll have to see over the course of today and tomorrow probably. Now, like I said, and if you watch my if you missed my video yesterday, we have a lot of economic data. Most of it on Wednesday when we have the FOMC meeting, but then we also have GDP growth data. On Thursday, we have some massive data right here with the jobless claims and PCE price index. So that's basically inflation rate data. And then Friday, we have the unemployment rate and non-farm payrolls, aka a lot of data that's going to make the markets move. So be aware of that. But ultimately, look, Bitcoin's price action has been fine. I mean, what we said yesterday is that we had a beautiful reclaim on Friday, back within the value, right? I mean, the value area low at that point of time was around here, a little bit higher. Let me quickly show that. It was around here. So we reclaimed that beautifully. Did that with decent volume. Could have been more, but still, we did that with overall, like in this entire price action, where buyers and sellers basically agreed that we were back in the balance. The volume was quite high, especially in total. So we've gotten back into the balance. Then over the course of yesterday, we broke above the point of control right here. So that also eliminates the risk of a very sudden and continue very sudden but very big rejection here from the POC. So ultimately, technically right here, Bitcoin is just very stable and very balanced within 116.5. That's the main support level, and then 119.5. So that's the balance which we are in. And ultimately, we're waiting for a breakout out of that balance. And then what I always say, and some of you might not like when I say that, but I will still do it because I think it's valuable, and I think it's good for most of you to be prepared for all the price action here. You should be prepared for both scenarios, right? So for both a breakout above 119.5 and a breakdown below 116.4. Or 116.5, it's always an area, of course. You should be prepared for both, but ultimately, and I've said this before, but because of the price action we've seen over the last couple of days, so basically since Thursday when we had that breakdown, we still have a major Coinbase Bitcoin premium here, as you can see. We dipped down into a discount briefly, the 25th, but that was rebought very quickly as well. And then, and look, this depends, or all of this depends very much as well on the developments regarding the trade deal. But at this point of time, the fundamentals around the traditional financial markets are great as well. So I think it's by far most logical, or at least most factors point into that direction, that, you know, having a pullback within balance is always possible. But I would say the most likely break from balance is going to be a bullish breakout. But I'll keep you updated on that. I also don't see enough momentum to tell you, okay, we're going to break out in the next hour or the next day. So be aware of that as well. Stability and balance for now seems most likely. And then we're going to break out eventually, of course. A bullish breakout seems most likely there. But I'll keep you updated on that. For now, I think that's what you need to know. So thank you for watching. Take care and bye.